Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you so much. I cannot believe I have been honored with this award. Oh my gosh, greatest teacher ever. I could cry. Thank you guys so much for awarding this to me. It means the world, right? And it's so awesome that you guys also let me design my own award. All right. How has me designing an award related to what we're talking about today? Oh, let me turn it a little bit up. Well, let's talk about it. So today's topic, oh, it looks like I need to send you a little bit back. Aha. Today we're going to talk about 11.1 and 11.2. So we're moving on to our brand new chapter, and we're talking all about degrees of angles. So we're talking about circles and all of their degrees, okay? So we're going to combine lessons 11.1 and 11.2 into one lesson, and we're going to be talking about degrees. So our I can relate degrees to fractional parts. So we're going to take degrees and relate it to fractions. Haha, what a beautiful combination. All right. So Miss G won an award for the greatest teacher to ever live. Thank you. I know my award is sweet. She wanted 1/4 of her circle to be purple. As you can see, I wanted my 1/4 of my award to be purple. What degrees would that be? Oh, well, I don't know. Let's figure out the answer. So what we need to do first is draw my award. So it's a complete circle. And then it says I wanted 1/4 to be purple. So let's break it up into fourths. Okay, and then we're going to make 1/4 of it purple. Okay, just like it is on here. 1/4 of it is purple. Okay. So I want to know how many degrees this would be. Okay, there's a few things we need to know. First, how many degrees are in a circle? So in a whole circle, there's 360 degrees. Okay? So imagine, have you ever seen anybody do those really cool tricks? So they'll be like, do a 360 or do a 180. So 360 is when you spin all the way around. So you could try it. You can get up and jump all the way around. If you can do a whole jump all the way around, you just spun 360 degrees. If you wanted to do a trick like a 180 on your skateboard, that would just be you turning halfway around. So 180. 180 is halfway around the room, where 360 is all the way around, okay? So 360 in a circle, half of a circle is 180. So, but we don't know how much 1/4 of a circle is. The whole thing is 360, but how much is 1/4 of this circle? Well, I'll show you how we can solve that, okay? There's two ways we could do it, but so if we have 1/4, that's going to equal blank fraction. So this whole circle is out of 360 degrees. So that's what it's going to be. And we're trying to figure out what the missing degree is here, okay? All right. So there's a few ways we can figure this out. You could take 360 and divide it by 4 and figure out how many degrees that is. Or you could try this way. You could say 4 times what gives you 360? Well, you might not know, so you could cover the 0 and say 4 times what gives you 36? Well, if you think my fourth fact, 4 times what gives me 36? Well, 9. 4 times 9. Then we get the 0 back, put a 0 here. So 4 times 90 equals 36. Whatever you do to the bottom, do to the top. 1 times 90 is 90. So this shaded in part is 90 degrees. So if I jump from here to sideways, I have gone 90 degrees. And then if I did it again, it's 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. And the whole circle is 360, okay? So 360 is the complete jump, 180 is the half, and if you just turn to the right, that's 90, okay? So, but what we did is we took our fraction and we turned it into another fraction, just like we've done before. Let's try another one. I don't want this to get loud, so I'm gonna take off my world's greatest teacher because I already know that's been my award. Drop the mic, just kidding. All right, let's try another problem. Let's do example number 1. Okay, if we had a circle and it was halfway filled in, Oh, sorry, this part was filled in. Okay, well, what would this be as a fraction? Well, there's 2 parts, and one of them are filled in, so this would be half. I hope we can all see that this is half of a circle, okay? But we want to know, to what degrees is this half, okay? So we do 1/2 equals blank over 360, because there's 360 degrees in a circle. So we want to figure out what our missing degrees is, okay? So what is half of a circle in degrees? We kind of already talked about it with our jumping. But if you didn't know, you could say 2, you could do 360 divided by 2, or you could say 2 times what gives me 360. Well, you may not know, so you could say 2 times what gives you 36. And you also may not know that. Okay, so if you don't know what 2 times what gives you 36, you could also do 360 divided by 2, goes in once. 2 goes in 16 8 times. And bring down the 0. So it goes in 180 times, or 2 times 18, add a 0. Whatever you do the bottom, do the top. 180 degrees, okay? So we already kind of talked about how half of a circle is 180. It's like the trick 180, but you may not remember that. So you could either do 2 times what gives you 360, or 2 times what gives you 36, or you could do 360 divided by 2 and figure out how much each part is worth. So this part's worth 180, and this part is worth 180. Together, 180 plus 180 equals 360. Okay, let's try another one. We'll do one more, and then I'll give you a pause problem, okay? Example number 2. Okay, if we have our circle, and we split it into 3 parts, okay? Kind of looks like a peace sign. So this part is filled in. So we have 1/3 of this circle filled in, right? One of the 1, 2, 3 parts. Okay, we want to know what that would equal as a percent or a degree, right? So the whole thing is 360. So 1/3 is the same thing as what over 360, okay? What degrees is this part of this fraction? So we don't have any tool, we don't have any jumping tool to help us remember this, so we just got to solve it. So you could do 360 divided by 3 to figure out how much each part is worth, or you could do our trick. 3 times what gives us 360? So I cover the 0. 3 times what gives you 36? Well, think, 3 times 11 is 33, so 3 times 12 gives me 36. Add that 0 back, add that 0 back. Whatever you do to the bottom, do to the top. So 1 times 120 is 120. So this is 120 degrees. This is also 120, and this is also 120. If you add 120 plus 120 plus 120, you get 360. So we're just trying to figure out how many degrees the section part is, okay? All right, let's have you try one. Remember, you can always pause, go back, figure it out. Okay, here's pause problem number 1. If we have this one, and this part is filled in, so 1/12 is filled in. I want you to find 1/12 as the degrees. How much degrees of this circle is filled in? Okay? Pause it, but I'm going to keep going. Okay, I'm going to take my fraction, my 1/12. I'm going to equal it to, and I know the whole circle is 360 degrees. So I know I just need to find my missing degrees. How much is this one little piece? Okay, so I know I could do 360 divided by 12, or I could say 12 times what gives me 360. So I cover up my 0. 12 times what gives me 36. Well, if you know your facts, you know 12 times 3 gives you 36. Add that 0 back, add that 0 back. So 12 times 30 equals 36. Whatever I do to the bottom, do to the top. 1 times 30 is 30. So this missing degrees is 30 degrees. All right, I hope you got that. If not, we'll go over it, but I hope it's registering. Okay, we're gonna try one more pause problem. Pause problem number 2. I have a circle. All right, if I have I don't know if I want to throw you up here. Oh, this one is different but the same. See if you can figure it out. It's actually a lot easier. If I told you that I had this part of my circle filled in, and it was 45 over 360, what degrees is filled in if the fraction is 45 over 360? Pause it and try it. Okay, this is actually really simple. Remember, it's already over 360 degrees, so the degrees is just 45 degrees. That's it. So sometimes it's going to give you as a fraction over 360. Anytime it's over 360, that's what the degrees is automatically. All right, I hope this made somewhat of sense. If not, ask me when we get to our time to ask me. Have a great day, bye friends.